Hi guys, welcome back again. I'm Nate Coomer, physical therapist and owner of the Parkinson's Fitness Project in Seattle, Washington, as well as our online platform called Daily Dose PD. So happy to be partnering with Brian Grant Foundation again to help give some tips for training to those members of Grant's Army. So all of you have been trained through the Brian Grant Foundation. You're working with people with Parkinson's right now. So thankful for your work and the work that BGF has done. We want to try to give you a few tips to kind of just keep you motivated, keep you going, and keep you thinking about how you're training your clients with Parkinson's to achieve their goals. Okay, so today we're going to talk about intensity, and especially intensity for the older adult or the less mobile client that comes in through your doors. Let's be honest, we all have those clients that it's difficult to break a sweat with because there's many variables. You know, age is a big issue. Heart conditions can be difficult and sometimes problematic, and you don't want to push them too hard. You don't want to get their heart rate up too much depending on what kind of health conditions they might have or comorbidities. Some folks are on heart medications that don't allow them to get a heart rate up to a rate that we've read about in the research. So you have to think about using other determinants or goals to make things feel intense and complex, right? So when somebody young comes through the door, it can often be pretty simple to get them up to 70 or 80% of their heart rate max, educate them as to how they want to do that at home with cardiovascular workouts, and get them going just as the research says. But when it comes to somebody that's a little bit older, we really have to kind of think outside of the box. And there's definitely ways that we can push people to move faster, bigger, and harder than they would normally self-select. So think about that. That's a lot. Some of the research just asked people to move harder than they would normally self-select, and we see good improvement there as well. And anybody that comes through your door should be challenged in this way. So when we have somebody come through the clinic that's a little less mobile than others or having a little more trouble getting around, we really focus on competition. Right, to get them to a point that is faster or bigger or harder than they would normally self-select, we use time measurements. And my phone is my best timer and my best friend when it comes to working with those clients, because we can take functional tasks and time them with repetitions and record those times and make goals with the client over time to see if we can improve, whether it's how many times can they get up out of a chair in 30 seconds, over a minute, how many times can they punch side to side in 30 seconds? How many steps can they take outside in the parking lot from point A to point B, and how long does that take them? So timing those measures, recording those measures over time, and pressing our clients to move faster and bigger and achieve new goals and set new records with these tasks really creates increased complexity and increased competition and increase intensity, right? And even if you're not getting their heart rate up, even if you can't really monitor their heart rate because, like I said, heart rate meds, or they can only go for short bursts, challenging them to grade themselves on a RPE. So we can use something just a 0 to 10 scale and ask them to measure themselves and try to educate them that we want them working somewhere between a 6 to 8 as opposed to a 4 to 6, right? So asking them regularly where they're at on that scale gives them some sense of how hard they're working so that maybe they can recreate that same level of intensity at home, right? We're really training them to know how hard they want to work when they're working out, when they're in the clinic, and then forces them to move a little bit harder than they might normally select when they're in the gym. So using those time measures, using a rate of perceived exertion scale with your clients are really important ways to challenge intensity when it may seem daunting. So I know this, I hope this was helpful. If you have any other questions, please go to briangrant.org, check out what they're doing, sign up for their email list, and make sure you stay involved. All right, thank you so much. Keep pushing your patients forward and your clients forward. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.